Hello and welcome to episode 18 of Retrospection. In each show, we blunder through a graveyard of retro films and TV shows, dig one up and decide if it should be reanimated or reburied. My name's Colin and I'm trapped in the village.
And I'm Paul and I never drink wine.
In this episode, we're taking a look at John Badham's Dracula from 1979. And I'm going to start with the plot. A man washes ashore in England after a shipwreck and is found by Mina van Helsing. The man introduces himself as Count Dracula of Transylvania and proceeds to integrate himself into the lives of Mina and her friend Lucy Seward. However, when Mina dies and her father, Professor Van Helsing, attributes her death to a vampire, evidence indicates that Count Dracula is the monster and Lucy is his next target.
Well, that was dramatic.
Yeah, it's a dramatic film.
No, it is. You know that they messed around with the story in this movie.
Well, it's based off the stage play rather than the book.
It is, but they even messed around with that as well.
In what way?
They switched the two female leads around.
Oh, that's right, yes. I remember reading that.
So Lucy is the one who is the main character, while Mina is the one that gets it.
Right.
If you know what I mean.
We all do, unfortunately.
Yeah. She gets something. I don't want to spoil it. You know.
The film stars Frank Langella as Count Dracula, Laurence Olivier as Professor Van Helsing, Donald Pleasance as Jack Seward, Kate Nelligan as Lucy Seward, Jan Francis as Mina Van Helsing, Trevor Eve as Jonathan Harker, and blink and you'll miss it, Sylvester McCoy as Walter.
Well, this is I was thinking there's lots of sightings of the rare speckled Sylvester McCoy in this film, isn't there?
Yes, there is. I think he gets 2 lines.
He does get 2 lines. But apparently most of his stuff ended up on the cutting room floor. He did a lot more, apparently. Or so he says.
Didn't that happen in Doctor Who?
They cut him out of his own show.
Okay.
He kept getting his spoons out all the time, didn't he?
What, yeah. Just playing them for like 20 minutes?
He could have got them out in this.
I beg your pardon?
His spoons.
Ah. The film had a $12 million budget and made $31 million.
Another successful movie. What we're doing?
Just about.
It's good enough.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. It's not Streets of Fire.
No, that's true. As we mentioned, it was taken from the stage play, which ran from 1977 to 1980, and in this year there were actually 3 Dracula films released. There was Werner Herzog's Nosferatu the Vampire and Love at First Bite.
I bet you'd rather we were doing Love at First Bite, weren't
Maybe. Which actually came out the same week in the US as this did.
Well, let me just say, of those 3 movies that you just mentioned, I own 2 of them, and Love at First Bite isn't one of them.
Says a lot.
It does say a lot, doesn't it?
Other films released the same week were Time After Time.
Ooh, excellent.
Concorde Airport 79.
Not so excellent.
And The Deer Hunter.
I would say classic, but I don't like it.
But you don't like The Deer Hunter?
Not really, no. I mean, it's got its moments, but controversial. Don't look at me like that.
So why don't you like The Deer Hunter?
I find it incredibly depressing. I mean, I know it's meant to be depressing.
Yeah, it's not meant to be a comedy.
No, I know. It could do a few laughs. I'm sure there's room for comedy. In
People say that about this podcast.
Oh, yeah. We're trying. We're trying harder than The Deer Hunter, put it that way. But I mean, you know, it's all shooting yourself in the face moments, isn't it? You know, you could have a little bit of levity in there somewhere, couldn't you?
Did you walk out of Schindler's List saying the same thing? It's like you came out going, you know what? Could have done with a few more jokes, bit more colour. But, talking of colour, the colour in this film has changed since its original theatrical release.
It has. It was a lot more vibrant originally, wasn't it? And John Badham decided that he wanted to desaturize the whole thing, didn't he?
Yeah, he wanted to make it more black and white to match the original sets of the theatrical production.
He originally, apparently, wanted it to be in black and white, but he didn't get his wish because the studio wouldn't let him. So he...
No, but it's never been seen in its original colouring since its theatrical run.
And apparently, from the there's talk on the internet that the people that saw it in
the internet,
yeah, the internet, the people that saw it in its original run said that it was incredibly colourful and vibrant, and you can see how it could be, can't you? Because it's very cinematic, and I bet it looked amazing in its original version.
So do you have anything else you want to talk about before we launch into the film?
Well, I mean, there's various things, but I think it's probably better that we mention it as we go along, really.
Okay.
So yeah,
right.
yeah, go for it.
All right, so the film begins with a howl of a wolf and the flutter of a bat. Gothic font opens the film as we soar across water towards a castle on a hill. And the music is really loud.
And it's amazing music, though, isn't it?
It's all right.
It's John Williams.
Yeah, I know. It's okay.
Oh, come on. This score's amazing.
Can you hum it?
Yeah?
Oh, go on then.
You want me to hum it?
Yeah, right now.
It was something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah. Memorable. So
oh, come on. It's even got a hint of Raiders in it. Before Raiders.
Oh, so you're saying he stole it from himself?
Well, no, because this was before Raiders, so if it's got a hint
Raiders stole from this?
Yeah. Well, it's John Williams. I mean, it all sounds the same, doesn't it? Kind of.
So now you've gone saying it's amazing to it always sounds the same.
Yeah, but it sounds the same in an amazing way.
Okay.
See what I did there? That was good, wasn't it?
Yeah. So it's 1913.
Yeah.
There's a bad storm. Lightning. Waves are high, and there's a tall ship adrift. A man lays dead, his neck ripped out. The sailors are battling the weather to take the cargo from the hold, and for some reason try to throw it overboard.
Well, yeah, there's been a rat problem on this ship, hasn't there? People have been dying.
A rat problem?
Yeah. There's rats all over this ship, isn't there?
Yeah, there's rats all over ships normally, isn't there? Seems rather a panic.
Yeah, but you don't normally get people's throats ripped out either, do you? Well, I was going to say, unless you've got a different experience than I've got, you know. You been on many ships with vampires?
One or two in my time.
Yeah, you know, I wouldn't question it if you said you had.
It's very dark at this point, and is it a hand that smashes through the box, or is it a clawed paw?
I think he's supposed to be midway between transforming into a wolf.
Ah, okay, because it's really hard to see. And he rips from the inside of the box outwards and rips the neck from a man.
Yes, that's right.
And another sailor jumps overboard because he'd rather drown than face what's inside the box.
Well, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I guess so.
You give it a go.
Yeah, I'd take on the furry fiend.
I bet you would.
Okay. And a wolf stands growling.
Don't you think that it's very well edited? This it's very cinematic and very, very dramatic.
Yeah, are we rhyming now? Yes, it is.
I could do the whole thing in rhyme if you like.
Yes, I do.
Shit. You're not supposed to call my bluff.
Okay. Now inside we cut to a cliff-top mansion that serves as a mental asylum, and the patients are going crazy. They're all screaming, and we see a lot of British thespians running around.
British what?
Thespians.
Well, I mean, I know there's a woman in there with short hair, but I mean, that's a bit, come on.
Wow, you're really playing your character today. They'll love you on other podcasts.
Not all of them. And we get a rare sighting of the speckled Sylvester McCoy, don't we?
Oh, we do early on, yes. Marvellous.
Minus his spoons.
Yes, I wrote it down in my I Spy Sylvester McCoy book.
Well, these sightings are getting rarer and rarer as we get older.
That's true.
Unless you go to the right conventions, obviously.
And then
or any convention. Yeah, or any conventions.
So we see Jack Seward, played by Donald Pleasance, and he owns the mansion. He's a doctor, but doesn't apparently appear to use the word doctor. And he's trying to deal with the patients. And then we cut to another room in the asylum, and it's obviously the room that they all live in. And we see Lucy Seward, and she's reading a letter out loud to her friend, Mina Van Helsing, played by Jan Francis.
And I just kept thinking, where's Paul Nicholas?
Oh, a joke that 5 people over the age of 40 will find amusing.
Well, we are a niche podcast.
Yeah, I could niche her all the time.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I used to really like Jan Francis. And There's a weird moment in this because Mina says to Lucy, "You're so brave taking on all those men."
Yeah.
What way was she referring to?
Lucy's a very forward-thinking woman, isn't she? She's
a modern woman.
She's a modern woman trapped in what is essentially Victorian times, isn't it?
Is it Victorian? Not Georgian?
Well, yeah, but we're just slightly outside of Victorian times, isn't it?
I was curious because I could see you fladdling for which period we were in.
It is essentially Victorian, though, isn't it?
It is, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, the sensibilities are all Victorian.
Absolutely.
I find it strange that they moved the time period slightly forward.
Why do you think they did that?
I don't know. I mean, the only thing that I can think of is so that they could have a car in it.
Yeah, just move the times just so there's a car chase.
There's no other reason, is there? There's nothing else in the movie that warrants it being moved forward in time.
No, there isn't.
They just wanted a car because of the chase that happens later in the movie. That's all they wanted it for, I think.
I guess. Yeah, I can't see anything else. So we also learn that Mina is very weak.
She's a weak woman.
She's very pale.
Mm-hmm.
And we hear bells sounding, and they're referred to as sunken bells.
They do. You got to say, the northern accents in this movie are fantastic, aren't they?
What is going on with this film with the accents?
Sunken bells.
Hey up.
Hey up, lad.
So Lucy says, "Don't to worry, they're just sounding a warning to the ships about the nearby rocks." Mm-hmm. And then Mina, because she's been left alone, goes to a window, and she sees a ship. And then she runs outside.
Yeah, put a coat on. I mean, it's peeing it down outside, isn't it?
What does she think she's going to do?
Yeah, but he's calling to her, isn't he? You got to read the subtext.
Wait. You think at this point that he is?
Oh, yeah. He's calling to her.
Oh, I didn't really see that, but okay.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get that connection at that point.
You got to remember, I mean, he's essentially a magical creature, isn't he? He's a supernatural creature, so...
Who needs a ship?
Well, I was going to say can't fly, but he can because he can turn into a bat. But he can't fly across oceans, can he?
We'll see about that.
Oh, yeah. All right.
The ship crashes against the rocks, and Mina continues running towards this huge, devastating, crashing, smashing ship, as you do.
It's a bit Derek Meddings, this boat, isn't it?
I didn't mind it, but it's so dark, it's hard to see what's going on. And it's so, like you said, desaturated.
No, you keep saying it's dark. Did you watch a Blu-ray version?
Yes.
Because I've got the Blu-ray, and I didn't think it was as dark.
Oh, maybe because I had the lights on.
Possibly. It was shining on the TV. Did you have the curtains open?
And I was wearing sunglasses.
That'll do it.
Oh, that's where I went wrong, see? I've got to really stop watching my films that way.
So he jumps off the boat, doesn't he? He's a wolf.
Yes, and it is snarling, and he just walks past her, and she just watches it go past and into a cave, and then she runs into the cave after it.
No, it's a bit redundant, isn't it, changing into a wolf, don't you think? I've always thought that about Dracula. You can change into a bat and fly around, or he can be Dracula, who's like this super powerful supernatural being. Why change into a wolf? Do you think that's the only way he can lick his own balls?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know why he chooses a wolf, but this is a trope from these films, right?
Well, I mean, it's a trope from the novel. So...
Oh, it's actually in the novel?
Yeah, it's in the novel.
A long time since I read the novel. Oh, okay, so I guess that's the reason why. And I guess the wolf symbolizes a certain...
Yeah, I think it did at the time when the novel was written. I mean, it's everything that Victorian era England isn't it? It's
wild
and abandoned and
unpredictable,
can't be controlled. So it's symbolized. I mean, like anything in vampire stories, it's symbolism, isn't it?
Actually, yes, because it's the opposite of a dog, which is obedient and trained.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can see that. So Mina, once she's in the cave, she sees the body and crouches down to it, and the man reaches out and grasps her hand.
And it's an amazing sequence, this.
It's okay.
Oh, come on. It's the hand is like it's like the legs of a spider, isn't it? It's the way his hand pokes out from the coat, and it's really slow, and then it grabs her. It's a spider coming out of its lair.
Wow. Are you reading my script?
Did you write that?
It's usually the kind of thing I would say. And you usually go, "Ooh, you've read too much into this film." Have we got notes mixed up?
No, get ready for more. There's a lot more. I've got more of this shit.
It's going to be a long podcast. So the next morning, the ship has beached and the locals are pulling items from it. And
we get all northern again, don't we?
Yeah, there's like lots of conversations in the background. And Jonathan Harker, played by Trevor Eve, turns up in his car and we get like, yeah, it's one of those contraptions.
Okay, Trevor Eve's accent. He kind of drifts in and out of trying to do a northern accent.
I didn't actually realise he was northern until halfway through the film when he did something. He said something. I was like, oh, wait, was that? Oh, he's supposed to be northern? I thought he was from the south and he was this rich guy who'd moved up.
Yeah, because doesn't he, later on in the movie, he says the word ghastly? He doesn't say ghastly, he says ghastly, doesn't he?
Yeah, it's not great. And all these northerners with all these conversations going on reminds me of a Richard Lester film.
Oh, which one?
But all of them, it's his style. Because if you ever listen to a Lester film, all the extras are always saying things in the background and mumbling things and going, ooh, look at him.
I thought you meant that they were all northern.
No, I just meant the style. It's, like his.
Yeah.
At this point, anyway.
Well, this is the thing about John Badham in this movie, though. He's in a film that's such it's a fantastical story about supernatural creatures and all this kind of stuff. Intersperses it with lots of naturalistic stuff. I find, lots of. It's like almost like he's making two movies at times. He's making the Dracula, and he's also making this northern turn of the century bleak. This is what real people were like. It's
odd to me because I don't think of him as a director being like that. I think of Short Circuit, Stakeout, The Hard Way, Blue Thunder, War Games. I'm sitting here and I'm going, where's Ali Sheedy?
Yeah. It's certainly a different turn for him.
Yeah. So Jonathan Harker is talking to Jack Seward aboard the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Jonathan is saying that Count Dracula was supposed to be on the ship and that he's going to take over the castle. He's bought it.
Mm-hmm. It's an abbey. An abbey, actually.
Yeah, but they call it Castle Carfax?
Carfax.
It's called Castle Carfax, even though it is an abbey.
Yeah.
And Jack Seward tells him that Dracula was the only one who survived the crash. And we also learned the locals don't seem to like Jonathan.
It's because he's putting on airs and graces, isn't he?
Or is it because he's pretending to be northern?
Because you know they don't like that up there. Yeah, I'm telling you now.
No. And what's the name of the local that we see at this point?
Renfield.
So Renfield Jack tells Renfield to invite Dracula to his home, the asylum.
Yeah, it's a great performance, isn't it? You have to say,
from Renfield.
Yeah,
it is. Jonathan and Jack drive up to the asylum, and they are greeted by Lucy. And we learn that she and Jonathan are a couple and are soon to be married.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, at Castle, not an abbey, the crates from the ship are pulled inside.
It's a. Get over it.
And Renfield is complaining about pulling the crates up the steps and how much work it is when one of the crates opens and a figure steps out.
I know that this is a Universal movie, and Universal made the classic Bela Lugosi Dracula. So they're trying to hit all those beats, but in a modern kind of way. And at times, I mean, they do it really well, but they also have this unfortunate thing that Hammer wasn't that long ago in 1979, and so they're trying to do something with it, but you can't help but go back and think of Hammer at various points in this film, which is fine because I love Hammer, I do, but I think it's a shame that there's certain things in this film that have become cliched over the years, and they were kind of cliched then, I think, in 79 as well.
It's funny you say that because that's the problem I have with these films, is that whenever I'm watching them, I'm always thinking about the cheesy Hammer tropes and styles. And it's the same with the airport films, because I'm always thinking of Airplane and the jokes that are made about them. And I have trouble untangling the two because I don't have the nostalgia of these films because I didn't grow up watching them.
Right, yeah. And I think what helps me is the fact that I did have that. But I think in some ways as well, I think you have to try and put yourself in a position where you almost imagine what it would have been like before all that, you know. But before it became a trope or a cliche, you know.
Right.
But I think even in 1979, it was, you know, it was a cliche.
Yeah.
Which is I think a lot of the criticism that this film got at the time was down to that.
So Renfield's pulling the crates up, and Dracula appears, and he turns into a bat.
He does. No, it's turning into bats go. It isn't that bad. It's not Scars of Dracula, is it?
Well, this is what I'm going to say. We've seen bat action.
We've seen bat action. Yeah.
And now we're seeing it again.
Uh-huh.
And you say this isn't as bad, and I'll agree with that. But it isn't great either.
What aspects of it bothered you?
The fact that it looks like a rubber bat nailed to the camera.
Oh, they did the shot from behind.
Yeah, the POV shot with the... Well, it's not a POV, I guess, if it's behind the bat. But, yeah. Now, I'm beginning to think that perhaps bats are the hardest things to recreate in special effects.
I think they must be, yeah. I mean, back in the day, it was pre-CGI, so...
That's the only conclusion I can come to. And I think that if there's anybody out there, they should... If they're training to be special effects artists, they should specialize in bat action. Because there's clearly a call for it. And no one seems to get it right.
Well, obviously, because, I mean, they've ditched it now. You don't see a lot of bat action anymore, do you?
No, because it doesn't work.
I think it kind of works in this movie, because a lot of the time when you see the bat flying around, it's a real bat, isn't it?
A real bat.
It's a real bat a lot of the time. They tend to use the rubber bat when it needs to attack people.
Right, because you couldn't have a real bat attacking people. That'd be...
Well, no. But, I mean, there is a shot later in the movie where it does attack someone, and it does look quite convincing, I think. There's a shot later in the movie where, I mean, we'll get to it, but it's when it attaches itself to someone's face. And it looks kind of real.
Okay.
You're not buying it, are you?
No.
What did you think of the transformation moment where he leapt in the air and suddenly developed a massive bat cape?
I thought that was okay. There's a couple of effects in this film that are pretty good.
Whoa, so you're fine with the massive bat cape? But the rubber bat is a no-no.
Just to annoy you.
Okay.
I'm just particular about my bats.
You got all right, okay. I didn't realise you were such a connoisseur of bats.
I am. I just don't care about capes.
You've got your priorities completely the wrong way around, you know.
I know.
I mean, I'm all about the capes.
Oh, I know.
Yes.
Everybody knows. Jonathan and Jack are discussing the wound on the captain and how no storm could have done it.
Mm-hmm.
And then Dracula arrives at Jack's home. And they're all having a dinner party. Lucy's there, Mina's there, Jack and everybody. And they introduced to Dracula.
I mean, this whole scene, this dinner party scene, it's a really famous scene from the play. They do it in the Bela Lugosi movie as well.
Right.
And it is one of the best scenes in the film. It's one of the best scenes in the play because the play isn't very good.
Oh, says you or says everybody?
I think generally speaking, it isn't very good.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
It's one of those drawing room plays that were very popular at that time. I mean, the play came out in the 1800s as well, and it's just, I don't know, it's a bit pedestrian, the play. I've seen it on stage, and it doesn't move very well.
Okay.
You know, and when you decide to make your Dracula movie and base it on the play, you're coming up against a whole host of problems. And you're just lucky that there are one or two scenes in the play. There's this one and there's another one later on in the movie that kind of carry you through a little bit.
Well, at the dinner party, they're discussing the ship's log. And they found a word, Nosferatu.
Mm-hmm.
And Dracula describes what it really means. And meanwhile, throughout this, he's smarming his way into Mina's heart.
It's a great performance, isn't it? From Frank.
Yeah, it is. It is, yeah.
Mm.
And the butler, I guess you'd call him, cuts his finger, and Dracula is transfixed by the sight of the blood, but he manages to control himself.
Yeah, it's a bit more than the butler does. He just bleeds all over the food. I'd be more concerned with that, to be honest with you.
Dracula's too busy transfixed by the sight of John Francis.
Oh, he is, isn't he?
As they're talking over drinks, Mina feels faint.
Mm-hmm.
But we're kind of led to believe that it's the Count that's making her feel faint.
Yeah, and I love the notion in this scene that it's got that quintessentially British thing of Johnny Foreigner, hasn't it? Where they all look at him like, you know, he's a bit quaint and a bit funny, you know?
Right. Especially because they make fun of him, like, buying the castle.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, they kind of look down on him a little bit. It's that very British thing of looking down at Johnny Foreigner kind of thing.
And as Mina faints, Jack says, "Oh, get the laudanum," but Count Dracula says, "No, it will taint the blood."
So he hypnotizes her instead.
He does, and talks about how she can be under his control, which upsets Lucy.
Mm-hmm.
She's a modern woman, as we've pointed out.
He says the line, "When I will you to do a thing, it will be done." I think I'll use that at some point. Think that'll work on the wife?
Nope. Good luck with that.
I didn't say whose wife.
Well, that's a good point.
Yeah. So then they have a dance, don't they?
Yes, they have. Well, before they have the dance, Mina recovers. No one seems a bit surprised how quickly she recovers or how well she suddenly feels.
No, and you've got to wonder at this point, you know, is Seward actually a doctor?
That worry will actually increase later on in the film.
He doesn't do a lot of doctoring, does he?
In fact, at one point he does the opposite of what I would call doctoring.
The funny thing is, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. So yes, Dracula and Lucy dance, and we can see that Jonathan is starting to become jealous of Lucy's infatuation with Dracula.
She's a bit of a goer, isn't she?
Yeah, she wastes no time.
I like the actress, actually.
What else has she been in? Oh God, Colin expects Paul to do research.
I know she's South African, I think.
Okay, so we've narrowed her down to a area.
Well, I like her. That's, you know. So.
As in her performance?
Her performance, her work, and she's not painful to the eye.
Okay.
Probably shouldn't have said that, really, should I?
Well, we'll leave it in. People are used to it now.
Yeah.
So the evening goes on, and then finally Dracula's carriage takes him away. And at night, Lucy leaves her bed from Mina, goes downstairs to find Jonathan. Jonathan frightens over surprise, but they kiss outside. Unknowns to them, they are being watched by Dracula from a parapet up above.
I'm not being funny, but if I snuck up on my wife and made her jump like that, she'd kick me in the bollocks.
Yeah, but she probably did that anyway, even if you didn't surprise her.
Yes, if I just speak to her.
So while they're outside, smooching, Dracula climbs face down the outside of the building. It's a very weird effect, but it looks cool.
It is. It's a nice effect. And did you know as well that this is only the second time... Because this moment is in the book.
Right.
And it's only the second time it's ever been put onto film. Do you know what the first time was?
Love Bites?
Nope. It was Scars of Dracula.
Oh, was it? I don't
Did you watch that movie?
No. It looks better in this one.
Yes, it does look better in this one. And I love when he gets down to the window, when he looks through the window at her. It's kind of a creepy moment because he's literally upside down, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
And he's clawing at the glass.
Yeah, and Mina wakes up and she sees his hand, and at first she's scared.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he starts to break in, she seems to become controlled by him, and she starts to undo her top to reveal her neck.
Mm-hmm.
She's under his power now.
Yeah.
Her dog howls, and Lucy and Jonathan just jokingly dismiss it.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's where we leave Mina, but later Lucy returns to the bedroom, gets into bed, and covers Mina up.
Yeah, so this whole thing when he comes through the window, again, this is another cliched moment, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not as cliched as a moment later in the film when he kind of does the same thing again.
Right.
But I just think It looks really, really good, though. It looks gothic. It looks cinematic. You don't agree?
Yeah, I know. I think this film, you've used cinematic like 5 times so far.
But it is a very cinematic movie, I think.
Well, let's hope so. It's a piece of cinema. It's not the Queen.
All right, don't be pedantic.
Okay. Yeah, no, visually it's a very nice looking film.
Mm-hmm.
I still wish I'd seen it in its original form, but it is a very gorgeous looking film.
I'm sure it'll probably turn up one day when John Badham's dead. Wait, he's not dead already, is he? No, he's not dead, is he? Because he directs like a lot of CW shows, doesn't he? He does a lot of Arrow and The Flash and things like that.
Retrospection, the most researched podcast.
No, I'm pretty sure I've seen his name on Arrow.
Although by the time people listen to this,
He could,
the situation may have changed.
No one knows.
Who knows?
Because we're in the future.
Yeah, well, the internet, you can listen to this whenever.
Yeah, all right.
At time of recording,
He's still alive.
you may possibly, because I haven't checked.
Yes, and we're not going to.
We're just gonna leave it out there.
Yeah, let other people do the research.
So back at the castle, is it Renfield? I keep forgetting his name.
Renfield, yeah. He wakes up, doesn't
Back
he?
at the castle, Renfield wakes up, and he's been attacked by a bat, and he's kind of like crazy now. He's desperate for water, and then he sees a cockroach and eats it.
I mean, I know we're in Yorkshire, but the food's not that bad, is it?
We're not really in Yorkshire, because if we'd been in Yorkshire, you put it in a pie.
Yeah. I'd say something about Greg's, but I don't want to get sued.
No. So he turns and is startled by Dracula. Dracula demands his loyalty, and Renfield kind of obeys.
And he takes him under his wing, doesn't he? Literally.
Yes. And then we cut to a scene in the village, which is like a Hovis ad.
Yeah, we're down pits, aren't we?
Yeah. Aye, lad.
Aye. I think someone actually says, "Where's that water?" Which means water, for anyone listening.
In the morning, Lucy's awakened by Mina being unable to breathe.
She is. She's choking.
She yells for help, and her father, Jack Seward, the medical practitioner, runs into the room to help. And his years of medical training leave him to help Mina by grasping her head and bouncing it up and down, and then slaps her.
Yeah,
what is he doing?
He shakes her, he slaps her, then he shakes her again.
Like,
then he slaps her again.
Yeah, she can't breathe. With her head. What's he doing?
Doesn't at one point he shouts in her face, "Breathe!"
Yeah, like she'd forgotten. Like she was going to go, "Oh yeah, that's what I wasn't doing."
Do you think he's got one of those internet diplomas? You know what I'm saying?
I think he wishes he had an internet diploma.
I was going to mention it later, but we might as well say it now. Donald Pleasant's performance in this, it's very, very idiosyncratic is probably the right word to use, isn't it?
Yeah, I do wonder what order this was filmed in, like whether he met Laurence Olivier and did a scene with him and then thought, oh shit, this guy's turning it up to 25.
Well, have you noticed that he likes to always hold a prop in his hand? So he's either got he's always eating food, isn't he? He's always got a bag of sweets
right,
and he's munching on. And apparently that was his thing, because he realised quite early on in his career that if he had a prop in his hand, it was far more difficult for them to cut his stuff out of the movie because of continuity.
Oh, excellent. I like that. That's fun. So yeah, props are very important to actors. So I guess that's a good point. I never thought it'd been though that you don't get cut out of the scene because it would ruin the continuity.
Yeah, I mean he's constantly sucking on a boiled sweet throughout this movie, so that's going to make it difficult in its own for a whole number of reasons, isn't it?
Yeah.
So he knew what he was doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Apparently infuriated Laurence Olivier as well.
Oh, he's got his own issues. We'll get
he liked to be the centre of attention. So
So Mina, Jan Francis, the lovely Jan Francis, dies because of Jack's lack of medical skills.
You're blaming him, are you?
Totally. Lucy survives.
This film's took a dark turn suddenly.
I think he killed her.
You think he killed her?
Yeah.
Negligence.
Yes, totally. Well, Van Helsing should sue.
Well, that's what happens when you get a Tory government. Ooh, political. I'm doing it again.
Yeah, you want to stop that. It's a film podcast. Jack sees 2 puncture wounds in Mina's neck. Lucy, meanwhile, is losing it, and Jack asks Jonathan to get her out of the room.
Mm-hmm.
And Jack sends a telegram for Van Helsing, Mina's dad. And then it's the next day.
Yeah.
They're having breakfast.
Yeah.
Jack's just like, I don't know what his problem is, but he's really shoving food in his face. Donald Pleasance is doing what you said, eating, but it's like going everywhere.
he's got the most disgusting fry up that you've ever seen in your life.
It's all watery.
It's disgusting.
It's like he's eating custard.
Those eggs aren't cooked properly, are they? Let's face it.
No, it's like, no, he should be the one that's ill.
He knew exactly what he was doing.
Maybe that's why Mina died.
Salmonella.
Yeah, it was just badly cooked food killed our lovely Jan Francis.
You see her again later. She's not as lovely, though, when you see her again.
Yeah, that's a matter of opinion. So...
Wow. You worked through that one, did you?
And they're discussing the wounds on Mina's neck.
Mm-hmm.
Jack doesn't seem to be interested.
He doesn't, does he? He's not.
I really don't like his name.
Who?
Jack Seward. Apart from the weird surname, I don't like the fact it's called Jack because it sounds like a young person I'm talking about.
It's funny you should say that because I think in the book he is a lot younger.
Oh, it just sounds like... I know, obviously.
And he's not related to anybody. He's not related to any of the leads, the female characters in the
book.
In the story, in the book, no.
I mean, obviously Jacks get old, so I'm talking nonsense, but it just feels like a young person's name.
I know what you mean. It's like calling an old guy Billy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So later, Jonathan drives to Dracula's castle.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to pass over the deeds to get Dracula to sign them, and he enters the cobwebbed and spooky house, and the door shuts behind him. So Jonathan starts to call out if anybody is home, and he shouts for Count Dracula. He said Dracula? Count Dracula. I wish we'd been watching Count Dracula. I like Count Dracula. My favourite cartoon. What did he used to drink in Count Dracula? Because he couldn't drink blood in it because he's a vegetarian vampire, right? So was it tomato sauce?
It was, yeah, I think it was something like that. It was tomato juice or something.
Tomato juice, yeah. Oh, I used to love Count Dracula. I wish we'd done that.
Unfortunately, we're not doing Count Dracula.
No, okay. So Dracula suddenly appears fairly close by.
No, when he's shouting his name, he's calling for him, and then he just pops up, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He's got that look on his face that says he's just been caught doing something he shouldn't have been doing.
And a face you know too well.
What do you mean by that?
Interestingly enough, Dracula knows about Mina's death already. Jonathan hands over the original deed for Dracula to sign and some customs forms for the crates, which, suspiciously, only contain dirt.
No, you got it wrong. You know, you're saying it wrong.
Why?
You need to say it like the guy earlier on in the film. Dirt.
Oh, okay. Dracula gets around the idea of him having crates of dirt by saying that he's a botanist.
Yes.
Now, I'm not an expert in botany. I like a plant now and again, but I'm pretty sure botanists don't carry dirt around or bring it to them when they move house.
Yeah, certainly not great big crates of it.
No.
With the name Count Dracula stenciled on the side of it.
Well, he has to have his name so it gets to his house.
Yeah, all right, that's fair. Fair comment. Yeah.
But Herker doesn't seem to worry about this. Jonathan Herker doesn't have a problem at all.
Well, I mean, he doesn't come across as the kind of guy that knows what a botanist is, let alone what he does.
So you just think, oh, Latin must make sense.
Yeah, probably. Okay. Yeah.
All right. Dracula asks Jonathan if he would hand over an invitation for Lucy and her father for dinner. And he knows that Jonathan is going to be leaving to go back to some other place. I can't remember. Is it London?
Something like that, yeah.
So Harker says, yeah, okay. And he's driving away, and then he's suddenly surprised by Renfield, who's in his car and grabs him.
Yeah, he's asking for help while at the same time punching him in the face. He hasn't thought this through, has he?
No, he's got a strange way of asking for help. They struggle, and Jonathan manages to knock him down. But because Renfield seems apparently crazy at this point, he is taken to Seward's asylum.
Well, that's the only place to take him. I mean, there's only 3 places in this entire town, isn't there?
Yeah, what is that with Dracula films? There only appears to be no more than 3 locations. We saw this in Scares of Dracula too.
Yes. Although at least that had a reason. I mean, it was... You could kind of believe that because they weren't supposed to be in the middle of nowhere, weren't they, in Scares of Dracula? But in this one, they're in Whitby, which is a town. A town in Yorkshire.
That is true, yeah. Yeah.
Which seems to consist of... Oh, no, there's 4 places. You've got the Abbey.
Yeah.
You've got the asylum.
Yeah.
You've got the woodland area where they drive through a lot.
Okay, and I guess you got the beach.
You've got the beach. No, that's another one.
And the mine.
And the mine. Yeah. Or Don't Pit.
Don't Pit. So it's quite...
I can't even say it properly anymore. I used to be able to do that.
When you were down the pit.
Don't Pit. Don't Pit. That's how you do it, isn't it?
I've
forgotten how to be northern.
Oh, God. A few more beers and you'll remember.
I forgot my roots.
Yep.
No balding joke. Wow.
Oh, it was in my mind. I just decided not to do it.
I was going to say you're off your game tonight, aren't you?
I just decided no, we won't go there. So we go to the next day, and it's hard to tell the days because it's always dark in this film. There's no sun, so you can tell it's in the north.
You got a severe problem with the darkness in this film, haven't you?
Well, it's just. I mean, I know it's an effect he's going for. It's just,
dark.
Yeah. So there's a funeral for Mina, and it's a very dour affair. Lucy cries,
and we get another McCoy sighting.
We do. Did you write it down in your book?
I did, yeah. I made a note.
Excellent.
Yes.
Do you remember I Spy books?
I do, yeah.
It's a tangent, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I remember those very well.
I used to have them for car journeys.
Yeah. God, it was boring, wasn't it?
I'm not really sure I liked them. The fact that I don't think about them until now and I've never wanted to revisit that I Spy book tells me that I didn't really enjoy it.
Well, I mean, we didn't have internet back then, did we? What were we going to do?
I Spy books.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, Jonathan Harker talks to Lucy and he wants her to come with him away, but she won't go.
She blows him off, doesn't she?
She does, and he leaves in a huff. And that's at the point where, when he's doing the angry bit, that's when I was like, oh, he's supposed to be Northern.
Yes, he did get all Northern for about 2 seconds, didn't he?
So,
maybe he's Northern, but he spent a lot of time down south, and then he's come back.
You know what, though? I bet if you asked Trevor Eve, I bet that's what he would say, because he's that type of actor.
You reckon?
Yeah.
So what was the TV show that he was in?
Shoestring.
Was it Shoestring, wasn't it?
Yeah,
yes.
But he quit because he didn't want to get trapped into a long-running TV series.
How did that work out for him?
Then he never worked until he got Waking the Dead.
Oh, yes, he's in that, isn't he?
And then he realised that having a paycheck is quite a good idea.
Yeah. It's funny how that happens in old age, isn't it?
Yeah. And I'm not making that up. He talked about that in an interview I watched once.
Oh, I couldn't completely believe it. Yeah, he seems that way inclined.
So Jack tells his daughter that Van Helsing is arriving from Paris and that they won't be able to make the dinner invitation at Count Dracula's. Lucy was unaware of the invitation, and she says, well, I'll go to Dracula's on my own. Van Helsing arrives at the train station and is greeted by Jack. Helsing wants to know what has happened. Why did his daughter die? And he asks Seward to explain everything. Now, Laurence Olivier has decided to go for an accent.
He has, hasn't he?
And he's going 110%.
Oh yes, he's going. One would almost say that he's created an accent.
Yeah, I do wonder, if two actors, when they meet for the first time in a scene, if they haven't rehearsed or know what the other person can do, it must be really off-putting when the other person starts just blurting out in this extreme accent. You must be like, oh, Is he going to do this for the whole film?
Especially two actors that like to be the center of the camera.
Yeah.
You know,
It must have been awkward. Can't imagine it was all easygoing.
Well, from all accounts, Olivier wasn't easygoing at all, was he? He was Laurence Olivier.
Yep.
He was Sir Laurence Olivier, and he would, he wanted everything the way that he wanted it. Yeah, no, he was very ill when he made this. He had a weird disease.
What, overacting?
Well, I suppose.
What was wrong with him?
He had a disease that meant that he would bleed from his fingers uncontrollably for no reason at all. Like the slightest little thing could set it off.
What kind of disease is that?
It's a very strange disease to have on a vampire movie, isn't it? See, again, he wanted to be center of attention.
Yeah, I think he just made this up.
Yes. But apparently that's why he wears gloves a lot in the movie.
Wow. Okay. So meanwhile, Lucy arrives at Count Dracula's, and she enters, and we get a shot that is from the top of the ceiling going downwards through a spider's web with a spider walking across it. It's a really nice shot.
It is a nice shot. And when she opens those doors and you get the full breadth of the inside of that abbey, it's an amazing set. I mean, it's not... that was literally all built.
Yeah, it's a big castle.
It is. Oh, here we go. Potato is what they say, isn't it? Come on, that's your neck of the woods, isn't it? You know all like that.
Yeah, okay. So, Seward tells Van Helsing what has been happening.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, Lucy and Dracula talk about death.
Hey?
Don't they? They talk about... He's talking about death, that he tells her he is the last in his line, a conquering race that has gone.
Oh, I just thought you meant deaf.
No, what? Like, you can't hear?
Yeah, speak up.
Well, he is old. He's 1,000 years old. Maybe that's his problem.
Well, the hearing's going.
Sorry?
The hearing is going.
Pardon?
Hang on a minute. Didn't I do that joke first?
Yeah, then I did it and you fell for it.
Damn.
Didn't think you would, but you did.
Yeah, story of my life, isn't it?
At the asylum, there's a scream and a woman jumps out the window.
Yes.
And another woman chases her, yelling that she's murdered my baby. And the baby has 2 puncture holes.
It's quite a shocking shot, that, isn't it? When you see the baby laying on the floor in a pool of blood.
Yeah.
I forgot you're got the heart of stone there, Colin. I always find it shocking, I have to say.
You're a big baby. Van Helsing listens to the description of the killer. The woman claims it was Mina that killed the baby, even though she knows Mina was buried the day before.
Yeah. I wonder what that means.
Yeah, she's an idiot. She's been at the bottle. Mina's dead.
Well, in all fairness, compared to a lot of the other people in this asylum, she's quite sane, this woman.
Yeah.
I mean, at one point, there's a guy running around with a pig head on in one shot.
Oh,
you see that?
Mr. Pighead.
Yeah. What's he in for? Where's the rest of the pig? That's what I want to know.
Maybe he just likes parking.
I'm pretty sure it's not kosher, I have to say.
Okay.
Got any more pig gags?
Nope, I'm all out. I'm hog-tied.
Oh, you're like a pig in shit, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm a swine.
You're crackling along.
Oh, now you're just ruining it.
No, I'm breaking out the puns. God, we're on our last legs here, aren't we?
Yes, we are. Back at the castle, and we keep cutting between Lucy and Dracula and the events at the asylum. So Lucy and Dracula are talking, and then he kisses her, and he eyes her neck like a succulent steak.
He wants a nibble, doesn't he?
He does.
He does, but he holds back.
He apologises.
He does, doesn't he? He's a very polite vampire.
Is he polite, or is he just playing with her, winning her over by pretending to be polite? You know, the way you used to do.
Wow. That's a bit of a low blow, isn't it?
That's what you told her.
Well, I married her.
So yeah, he apologises,
Mm-hmm.
but then she kisses him back, which is what he wants. He wants her to chase him.
Oh, so you're saying that it's all a big show?
Yeah, because he didn't do this with Mina. He didn't do this with the lovely Jan Francis.
Yeah, but you could argue that the reason why he does it with Lucy is that he actually feels something for her.
An erection?
Well, he feels her erection.
Yeah.
I mean, I know she's got a deep voice, but come on.
Yeah, you could say that. I think that he does feel something for her, but I think it's because she's a challenge.
Yes, she's strong-willed, isn't she?
Yeah, whereas Mina was easy.
Like butter.
Dracula tells her to leave, but she wants to stay.
Mm-hmm.
In the morning, Jack finds Van Helsing poring over books.
He's been up all night reading his big bumper book of vampires, hasn't he?
No, book of bats, apparently. Not even vampires, it's just a book of bats. He only got up to B in the books. V is a long way away.
Well, he's having trouble turning the pages because every time he touches them, he starts bleeding from the fingers.
Oh yeah, was he wearing gloves on those scenes? Ah, it's probably someone else's hands, right?
Yes.
Probably standing.
Try acting, dear boy.
Oh yes, Marathon Man. So, afterwards, Lucy finds Van Helsing sitting outside of Mina's grave.
Mm-hmm.
She finds he has laid garlic plants over her grave.
Yeah, and he starts to tell her about vampires, doesn't he?
Yeah, he tells her, like, talking about astral planes and metaphysical objects and vampires, and she thinks he's a bit of a nut job, or does she?
Because she's starting. I think she's at this point she's starting to think that there's something up with Dracula, isn't there? That he's not completely normal.
Mm-hmm. Right, but when Van Helsing starts talking about people who live after death by drinking the blood of others, she's horrified. Now, is she horrified because she finds that disgusting, or is she horrified because the thought of it for her being one of those disgusts herself?
I think the implication is it disgusts herself. That's a very Victorian notion again, isn't it? That the all through the Dracula story and in this film is the idea that only the Victorian man can set the Victorian woman back on the right path, kind of thing.
Wasn't there also this idea of a woman's menstruation period was the letting of blood is to do with vampires, and it's that disgustingness that the Victorians didn't like?
Yes, probably. Yeah, I would imagine that plays into it as well. Back then, It played into it, I would have thought. Mm-hmm.
So Van Helsing gives her a cross necklace. Not an angry necklace. Not a necklace that's got issues. I mean, a necklace that contains a cross.
It's going, put me on now!
I'll take you on. No vampire. Hey up, lad. Come on. Yeah, not an angry necklace, just a necklace that contains a cross. Mm-hmm. He tells her that Mina would have wanted her to wear it always, and Lucy puts it on. Mm-hmm. Then Dracula arrives at the grave.
Now, an interesting fact about this scene is that...
I'll decide that.
Yes. An interesting fact about this scene is that all of Langella's close-ups were filmed weeks after they did the wide shots, and he's literally acting to nobody because everyone else had gone at that point. Olivier had taken ill at that point, and the actress wasn't available anymore because she'd moved on to another job. So he literally was on a horse, stood in a field. It wasn't even the field with the graveyard, just a field somewhere, and they got those shots of the close-ups that they needed.
Well, he does a damn fine job.
He does. It's seamless. You would never know. It's the magic of cinema.
I did not know till you told me right now.
Mm-hmm. Well, there you go.
Yeah. Dracula sees a necklace that Van Helsing has given her.
He has a look on his face, doesn't he? Bloody do-gooders.
He's not happy. And then Dracula says that he's there just to pay respects to Mina's grave. And Jack and Lucy leave him and enter the house. Inside the house, Van Helsing watches through the window, and he sees that Dracula's horse is rearing, and Dracula can't approach Mina's grave because Dracula has a fear of herbs.
So I wanted to ask you this, because I'm pretty sure you would know.
Because you know nothing about herbs.
I don't know. This is what I'm saying.
And vegetables.
Garlic. Is it a herb or is it a vegetable?
Why would I know that? Am I French?
I just presume that you'd know about this stuff. You cook, don't you?
Yeah, I don't ask.
Well,
actually, you know what? There's whole internet pages discussion about whether it's a herb or a vegetable.
And what's the general opinion?
Oh, it's a lily.
It's a lily. I always presumed it was a root vegetable.
It's like an onion, a shallot, and a leek. It's a member of the lily family.
So do you think an onion would work on a vampire then?
Can you imagine that if a vampire was approached and you pulled out a leek? Would it only work on Welsh vampires?
Yes. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe, onion vampires work on French people. Onion vampires, okay. I'll say that again.
Yeah.
Maybe it's location based. So, onions work on French vampires.
Mm-hmm.
Leeks work on Welsh vampires.
Mm-hmm.
Garlic seems to work on Transylvanian vampires. I'm not too sure about that one.
Right.
So what would be the British one then?
Tin of baked beans. No, I don't know.
Kebab.
Yeah, so far, two things that aren't really traditionally British. Fish and chips.
Well, you're saying that, but didn't we invent chicken korma?
No, chicken tikka masala.
There you go.
Yeah.
Do that, wouldn't it? Because that's quintessentially British.
And has garlic, just in case, the vampire has a little history of other countries in his background.
Cover your bases. You can't be too careful with these foreigners, can you? What?
Wow, it's like talking to a Victorian man.
Well, I'm in character, I'm in the zone of the film. That's what I'm saying.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Van Helsing tells Seward of his thoughts about vampires, and Seward is like, "Oh, there's no such thing as vampires."
Mm-hmm.
And we cut to Lucy brushing her hair before bed, and she takes the necklace off
because she wants to, doesn't she?
I wondered that too. If that was the reason.
At this point, I think she's given in.
Okay. So Jack Seward and Van Helsing visit the graveyard, and they use the white horse to find the vampire grave.
Yeah, apparently the horse is a vampire detective now.
Yeah. Who knew?
He's been wrangled by Sylvester McCoy.
That's true.
And he gets a line, doesn't he?
He does, which is...
He says, "I can't get hold of him."
And it's beautifully delivered in the way that only Sylvester McCoy can do.
It is, yeah. He says it while he's banging his spoons on his knee.
I do hope that's not a euphemism, Paul.
Yeah, there was a lot of that in Doctor Who, wasn't there? Banging his spoons on his knee.
All serious at the moment. All seriousness.
All right, here we go. Go on, then.
I never really had a problem with Sylvester McCoy as Doctor Who.
Neither did I.
Well, that was a short conversation.
No, but he was rubbish. I mean, he couldn't act, could he?
But he was good at Doctor Who.
Well, yeah, I mean, he was likeable. I think he's probably the best thing.
And he brought a certain level of eccentricity.
I think he should.
Hey, do you know what? He brought a children's BBC style of acting to Doctor Who.
Yes. Well, that's the point, isn't it? That I think sometimes they try to give him the kind of dramatic stuff that they do now in modern Who, but he wasn't very good at it.
Right.
They tried to do the whole They tried to bring back the mysteriousness of Doctor Who with him, didn't they? That there were things about the Doctor that you didn't know.
Right.
And he tried to play it, but he just wasn't very good at doing it. And there's a great moment in, I think it's called Battlefield, where he runs into the middle of a big fight and holds his arms up and says, "There will be no fighting here today," or something like that, and it's dreadful.
Okay, but that's enough Doctor Who, but in 2 podcasts' time, you can join us for a Doctor Who one.
Oh, you're always on point, aren't you? That sounded far more rehearsed than what it was.
So the horse is digging at the soil with frenzy.
Mm-hmm.
And we keep cutting to Lucy, and Lucy's sitting on her bed, and then outside fog appears the window, and Dracula appears. The window's open, and he steps in.
It's amazingly gothic, isn't it?
Yeah. Are they cinematic and gothic the only 2 words you're going to do in this podcast?
Well, this film is both cinematic and gothic.
Is it gothic and cinematic?
No, it's cinematic and gothic.
Oh, okay. So, he bursts in and he tells her that she will cross land and sea to do his bidding.
What?
And he takes her hands.
Mm-hmm.
Is there something in the sky? You just suddenly looked up.
No, it was a fly over there. I saw something move, and I saw like, what's that?
Any minute now, I expected your tongue to just unfurl and catch it.
No, it was a moth. It was a moth.
Oh, you don't do moths, just flies.
Yeah, yeah. They're
All right.
too salty.
Yeah. He undoes her clothes and flips his cape off.
I beg your pardon, Mrs.
That's what he does.
I hope he's going to clean it up.
No, that's someone else. That's what's his name?
Renfield.
That's Renfield's job.
You have a problem with Renfield's name,
I
don't you?
remember his name. I don't know why. It just blocked it.
He's a big part of the whole Dracula story, you know.
The original story?
Oh, any back Dracula story.
Is he in Scares of Dracula?
No, but we have a Renfield type, don't we?
Oh, then I don't care.
We got Patrick Troughton plays a Renfield type, doesn't he?
Yeah, but he's not called Renfield.
No, I think he's called Clove, isn't he?
Yeah, isn't that a kind of herb? That's a really odd thing for Dracula to do.
Maybe he didn't put his name properly on the application form when he went for the job.
Maybe it's one of those things where, you know how they say that if there's a bullet with your name on, and if you own the bullet with your name on, you'll never be killed.
Oh, so that's why he hired him.
Yeah, because he's called Clove. He's like a herb. So, yeah.
Funnily enough, this would have been a lot funnier in the Scars of Dracula podcast that we did.
Yeah, it would have been. It was just a fart. Plus, it's clove a herb? Don't know. It might be a flower, and then we're all looking ridiculous.
You know what you need to do? You need to do George Lucas and do a special edition.
Go back. Scares of Dracula special edition where we talk about clove. Yeah, we could do that.
Like you haven't got enough to do.
Yeah. Dracula picks Lucy up and carries her to the bed. I need your blood. They kiss. He bites her neck. And now we get it's all red and it all gets very metaphysical. There's swirling lights and then this rubber bat flutters by and they're no longer on the bed but they're in some other world and they're kissing and the bat's watching. He's just perving away this bat. And for some reason it all becomes like the end of the black hole.
It does go a bit off the cuff at this point, doesn't it? Now, see, this is something that this movie gets criticised for a lot. They call it Disco Dracula.
Oh, Disco Dracula. Now, I'd actually like to see Disco Dracula.
Yes.
But with... see, John Badham did Saturday Night Fever.
Exactly, and the whole effect is created by using this laser light that he used in Saturday Night Fever, where he just puts the light behind them and then films them in front of it.
Oh, okay.
You know, he'd found something in Saturday Night Fever and he was going to use it.
Oh, I would like a Disco Dracula. I would like it to be called Disco Dracula. That sounds cool.
Disco Dracula. Get on it. After
Yeah.
you finish writing the Carry On Mannequin script.
Yeah, do Disco Dracula.
Disco Dracula, yeah.
There's got to be scenes, though, with some of them on roller skates. I don't know why, but for some reason, that's what I want.
And Dracula's got a massive afro.
Absolutely, of course.
Yeah.
Oh, I know, but because that's been done in Blackula.
Yeah, but we'd make it bigger.
The afro bigger, or... Okay.
No. The afro, but generally speaking, because we've written it, we'd make it bigger.
Oh, yeah, now I like that. Okay, so end the podcast. Let's go right there.
But I don't think that this whole sequence looks that bad.
Oh, I don't mind it. I just think it's suddenly out the blue.
Yeah, it is. You know, once you incorporate, you know, the John Williams score as well as the visuals, it looks. I mean, it takes you into a place that you're not expecting for this film. Mm-hmm. I think, and I haven't got a problem with it at all. I mean, as I say, it got a lot of criticism.
Dracula scratches himself and lifts her head to his chest, and she starts to drink his blood.
He says, "Have a suck on this, love," doesn't he?
I don't think he says that.
Does he not?
No.
I thought he said that.
Maybe in your world.
I'm not being funny, but if this was real life and he did that, she'd suddenly get a headache and want to go to sleep, wouldn't she?
Meanwhile, outside, Van Helsing takes the lid off the coffin and tells Jack to hold up the cross.
Mm-hmm.
The coffin, which should contain Mina's body, is empty.
And there's a big hole in the ground, isn't there?
Yeah, she's escaped through the bottom and into the mines that run underneath.
Mm-hmm.
Van Helsing goes down into the mine, and there's bones and rats. And he trips and loses his cross in a puddle.
It's not a very deep puddle, is it?
No, he could have found it quite easily, but he flaps around like a loony. And then in the reflection of the water, he sees his undead daughter, Mina, approaching him.
Now you see, this is controversial.
Because she has a reflection.
Yes. But I think John Badham just thought, it looks good, so I'm going to do it.
You know what? I didn't think about that. I mean, yeah, you're right. She wouldn't have a reflection, especially because of later.
Exactly.
Yeah, I never thought of that. You're right. But at the time, I instantly went, oh, I like that. That's a good shot. I like the way they've done that.
Yeah, I think that's exactly why he did it, because he came up with the idea and he thought it looked good. I'm going to do it, even though it doesn't make any sense at all.
The Ridley Scott style of filming.
Yes.
Okay. The Romans wouldn't do that. Yeah, but it looks good. Just film it. So she goes to bite him, but Seward suddenly appears from nowhere with a cross and presses it against her head. Smoke rises from Mina's forehead.
You get a good old cross burn. You can't go wrong with a good old cross burn in a vampire movie.
No, you can't. No, they've all got to contain one. Even that great vampire film with Leslie Nielsen had one.
Did it really?
I don't know. Sure it did.
Again, another hastily delivered fact.
Yeah, right. And Van Helsing thrusts.
I beg your pardon.
Van Helsing just does some thrusting for 20 minutes. So what does he put? I know he puts a stake for her, but where does he get it from? Is it like the wood holding up the mine or something?
No, he goes down with it under his arm, doesn't he?
Oh, he's got it with him?
Yeah, he brings it with him.
Okay.
He's had the foresight to whittle a huge wooden stake.
Okay. And then he thrusts it through his daughter.
He does.
Which is, horrifying on many accounts.
Yeah.
It's his daughter.
I'm not getting into this. you keep going.
No, but it's his daughter.
Would you like the shovel? Would you like the shovel?
No, he's already as deep as he can get.
Oh.
He's killed his daughter.
He has, and he starts wailing.
He does. And,
no, I don't mean he starts shooting great
harpooning fish. No. A joke that we've done 3 podcasts in a row now.
Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Harker arrives at the asylum late at night.
Yep.
Yeah. He knocks on Lucy's door and finds her laying sideways on the bed. Her body is cold.
Well, she's had a tough night.
Yeah, she has. Yeah.
Yeah. Floating around in disco land with Dracula.
And Seward and Van Helsing happen to arrive, and they see the puncture holes, and they realise she's been drained of blood and that one of them will have to give her a transfusion. Suddenly Seward's medical skills are slightly better this time when it's his daughter that's involved.
I did like the fact that there is a line that one of them says that, I hope one of us has got the right type.
Yes.
Because usually in Dracula movies, they never address that. They just transfuse blood left, right and centre. Doesn't matter.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's never usually any kind of acknowledgement that there's different blood types in vampire movies.
Well, it turns out that Jonathan has the right blood type. Although, how did they figure that out? I guess they just asked, I suppose. Do people know what the blood types are in 1913?
Let's just say yes. Let's just say yes.
So while Jonathan is giving blood, Van Helsing has got Walter to rub garlic everywhere.
Yep. Walter as in McCoy.
Yep. Another spotting. Put it down in your books, everybody.
Yep. Yeah, I did.
So Van Helsing goes for a drink in another room, and Count Dracula enters. Helsing realises that he cannot see the Count in the mirror, which Dracula then smashes.
Putting question marks over the previous scene of Lucy appearing in the puddle.
Yes.
Now, this scene with Van Helsing and Dracula is the other scene that I always think saves this play. You've got the scene I mentioned earlier, the whole drawing room dinner scene, and this scene between Van Helsing and Dracula, which if it wasn't for these two scenes, this play would be pretty pedestrian and quite dull.
Okay. So they have a face-off, and Van Helsing says, I have prescribed something for Lucy, and then he pulls out some garlic. It'd be funny if he pulled out a carrot. He's like, oh, wait, no, there's other vegetables. Hold on 1 second. Dracula's like, it's not a vegetable, it's a lily.
Yes. The carrot's for the were-rabbit.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just running through different ones.
Yeah.
Hold on. But then, seems to not affect Dracula too much. I mean, he runs away at first, but then he gets some strength, and he commands Van Helsing to approach him, and Helsing is at first unable to resist and drops the garlic, but then he summons strength and stops the summoning.
Well, he's Laurence Olivier, isn't he?
That's true.
Yes.
As Dracula approaches, Helsing takes out a cross on a kind of mirror-shaped object. I'm not sure what it is. It's a cross design.
I'm pretty sure it's probably some kind of religious thing that us being the godless heathens that we are, we don't know what it is.
Okay. And this defeats Dracula, and he runs away, jumps through a window, and turns into a wolf.
It's a very basic effect, but it works nice, doesn't it?
Yeah, because they split the screen using the wall of the building.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So at this point, poor Jonathan Harker is completely confused by what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So they decide to show him Mina's body, and lovely Jan Francis looks like she's sleeping.
God. What was going through your mind at this point? No, scratch that. I don't want to know.
It's not a crime in Transylvania.
Oh. I'm pretty sure it is.
Jonathan doesn't believe them, but when they show him a hand mirror that doesn't reveal Mina's reflection, Jonathan is finally convinced, which again leads to your point that why was Mina reflected in the water earlier.
Yes.
They reveal that the only way to kill her is to take her heart.
Mm-hmm. So he gets his chopper out, doesn't he?
Lucy's watching from the window, and she asks the maid, that's supposed to be watching over her, to get a cup of tea, and the maid leaves, and then Lucy sneaks out.
She does a runner.
She does.
She's gone evil now, hasn't she?
She has. Jonathan returns and finds her gone, and they see the horse and carriage speeding away, and they give chase in the car.
Which is why this is set in 1913.
Yeah, why didn't they just use horses? What's the whole car thing?
Do you not think it might have been a reaction against Hammer? Because there's so many scenes in Hammer Dracula movies of people chasing each other on horseback.
Right.
That John Badham probably thought. Because I know for a fact that Frank Langella's he had some stipulations about doing this movie. One of them was that there wouldn't be any fangs. You never see him with fangs.
Oh, but you see Lucy with fangs.
Yes, but you never see him with fangs.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
You never see any blood dripping out of his mouth. It's a surprisingly bloodless film when you think about it for a Dracula movie. And the other stipulation was that he didn't want it to be anything like a Hammer movie.
Okay.
Didn't quite work out that way for him, but...
No. So they give chase in the car, and in my notes, I'm sure Paul will find this very amusingly, I've written, they block her passage.
Yeah, you're right. I do find that amusing.
So they pull the car in front of a horse and carriage and stop her. And she tells Jonathan if they don't let her go, she will kill herself.
And she loves a riding crop, doesn't she?
So yeah, she does like a riding crop, and she's pretty nasty at this point. And then she faints.
She does, yeah.
So they decide that Helsing and Harker will enter the castle. Mm-hmm. Seward will take Lucy back to the asylum.
Yep.
In the castle,
Dracula beams in, doesn't he?
Yeah, to find, obviously Helsing and Harker breaking into some crates and finding soil. Mm-hmm. And there's a nice line because Helsing says, "I didn't think." How does he say something like, I didn't think we'd find you here.
He says he underestimated his powers, doesn't he?
That's right. He says he underestimated his powers, and then Dracula says it's always light somewhere on Earth.
Which is, it's one of those lines that's all you need in a movie to explain something, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's a great line.
Mm-hmm.
It's brilliant. Yeah, it's good. Herka holds up the cross, but Dracula just burns it away.
That's a great effect as well. I love it. I love a burning cross. Oh, hang on.
Paul Wood, standing for UKIP.
No, I mean, I love a burning cross effect in a vampire movie.
Yeah.
You see it a lot.
You do.
Yes.
You do.
Can I pass you the shovel back?
You can indeed.
Okay.
It's getting heavier every turn.
It is, yeah.
Dracula tells Herka that he will have Lucy. Jonathan Herka tries to hit Dracula with the shovel, but Dracula turns into a bat.
Again, it's a good effect. When he goes to hit him and he just pops into a bat, doesn't he? I mean, it's a quick cut, isn't it? It's how to do it. But it looks alright.
Yeah, okay.
No, not as enamored with that one, are you?
No. Helsing starts chopping at beams, holding some of the foundations, and the bat attacks Herka. As the foundations are knocked away, a hole appears in the basement, bringing light within.
Now, when it's attached, this is the moment I was saying where it's attached to his face. It looks all right, doesn't it?
Yeah, it looks fine.
I think what they needed to do is not show the bat in close up when it's flying.
Yeah, that's awful. It's just nailed to the camera.
It looks exactly like the bat in Skies of Dracula.
Yeah, no improvement. Maybe it's homage.
Well, this was 79. When was Skies of Dracula? 72, was it?
You're the one with the facts.
Skies of Dracula was 1970, so this was a whole 9 years later. So is 9 years enough time to do a homage for something? Do you think?
Was there earlier Hammer films with bats in them? Rubber bats?
Possibly, probably, but not quite as impressive as Skies of Dracula's bat.
Oh, really? Not as impressive as Skies of Dracula? Wow.
That is the one that stands out.
Okay.
In the whole...
Yeah, it stands out, all right.
Oh, yeah, it does.
So this bat starts to burn and flies away, leaving Herka covered in blood.
It would be funny if the bat was going, as it was flying away.
Hot, 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 hot.
Ouch, 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 ah!
And then you see it later smothered in sun cream.
Yes. Flies over to a big barrel of water and dips its wing in.
So we return to the asylum, and Lucy has been locked in a cell.
Mm-hmm.
And Van Helsing says, "You have given her laudanum?" And Seward says, "My daughter? Of course not." So it's okay that he gives Van Helsing's daughter laudanum, but not his own daughter. I
like that bit. That's a nice little touch, I think.
Yeah.
Between the two men, the two characters.
I'm still questioning his medical degree. Herka wants to go in and speak to Lucy. Van Helsing reminds her that she is no longer what she seems. Don't be fooled. Herka, the fool, goes into the cell to talk to Lucy. She's upset and doesn't know what's happening. Oh, does she? She says she feels weak. She wants to know what they're doing to Mina in their graveyard. In fact, she presses the point. As she questions Herka, she becomes less weak, and it becomes obvious that she's playing with him. And she kisses him. And then she tries to bite him. Herka screams, and Van Helsing enters with a cross, forcing her back. She takes the cross and starts to cry. What has she become?
And this plays into that whole Victorian thing of, the good old Victorian man can teach this wicked woman the error of her ways.
Basically, it's that whole Victorian idea of women, which is women.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
She's had, what did they call it? Vapors?
Vapors, yeah.
Or something like that. Yeah. So the rest of them believe that Dracula will come back at night to get Lucy, so they're going to be ready for him.
Mm-hmm.
They catch Renfield trying to eat insects and muttering about Dracula, so they lock him up.
Yeah, they take his bugs away, don't they?
They do. Herka loads a gun.
We get another shot of the McCoy sitting having a cup of tea and a sandwich.
Yeah, very nice. Jack Seward is playing cards.
Mm-hmm.
So during the night, Renfield hears a noise and realizes that Dracula is outside climbing the wall.
Now, this scene where, because he basically kills Renfield, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. He twists his neck right off.
When I saw this as a kid, it freaked me out.
I imagine it would, because they twist his head right 360 degrees and he's laying there with his head backwards.
The thing is, when you look at it now, the actual effect, it looks a bit...
It's like...
It's not good, is it?
It's like you took a trip to one of those knockoff Madame Tussauds exhibitions. Not even Madame Tussauds, but the really bad ones.
Exactly. But I think the thing that freaked me out as a kid wasn't necessarily the head twisting moment. I think it was the moment when he hits the ground and then the spurt of blood comes out of his nose.
Mm.
It's a touch that just it's that 70s nastiness again that we've talked about, I think.
Right.
You know,
Right.
Films in the 70s had a little streak of nastiness that ran through them, which I kind of like.
Right.
You don't see it very often anymore, I don't think, that particular kind of gritty, dirty nastiness.
You like the gritty, dirty nastiness.
I do, because, horror films today, they're all so sanitized and so glossy.
Slick.
Glossy and slick, yeah.
Yeah. So they open the door to Lucy's cell and they find a hole in the wall and Dracula climbing down the wall with her. Dracula is carrying her away and they give chase in the car again.
Mm-hmm. They're getting a lot of mileage out of this car, aren't they?
They are, yeah. Dracula and Lucy run into the castle and down to the basement and she hugs him.
Beg your pardon?
She hugs him. She like he like pushes her away, but then she hugs him.
Yes.
And so to show that he's not kidnapping her, she actually wants to go with him.
Yeah, she's full on turned at this point, hasn't she?
So meanwhile, while they're giving chase, they run into a man delivering another crate to Dracula and find out that he's heading to Scarborough Port.
Now, this guy's hilarious. He's like full on Northern, isn't he?
Yeah.
I think at one point he shouts out, "You stupid airputh!"
I mean, in fact, I think Northerners are going, "Oh, he's too Northern for us." They realise Dracula intends to leave England. They drive to the port, chasing the cart, and they catch up with it, and they're telling him to stop, but the horses won't. The guy... I can't figure... Who's the guy who controls the horse?
He's a driver, isn't he?
I guess he's a driver. The driver has lost control of the horses.
The horse controller.
Yeah, that's what came to my head. I was like, that's not right. The manager, the horse manager.
Horse manager. Hang on. So that doesn't sound right.
The cart hits a rock, knocking the driver off. Herca swerves the cart to avoid...
Why does he fall off in slow motion? He seems really out of place.
There's no other slow motion in the film.
No,
right?
there isn't. He just falls off in slow motion, going, ah.
Maybe, my guess is sometimes when they do this in films is because it looked terrible in normal motion.
Yeah, it could be, probably. Yeah.
So they were like, let's just slow it down.
We need to
looks
fix
more
it.
Impressive.
Yeah.
You
Mm-hmm.
know, maybe they needed to add like 5 seconds to the running time of the film.
I don't know. It's pretty long.
Yeah. So Herca swerves the car to avoid hitting the driver and then crashes into a tree, and the car is a write-off, and they're 10 miles from Scarborough.
They're going to have to run, aren't they?
Yeah. And they do.
They
manage to get there.
They do. I think we're banking on the Americans' lack of geographical knowledge.
After the 5th mile, I'll be like, forget it, he's leaving, it doesn't matter. She's a vampire, he's Dracula.
She's made a choice.
We're not going to change that. He's not coming back, he's going somewhere else, let them deal with it.
Yes, exactly. They're going to that place which is not England.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter anymore.
Exactly.
So they don't have moral fibre. They actually want to stop Dracula.
Yeah.
And so they see the ship is leaving,
Mm-hmm.
and they pay a man to take them out on a small steamboat so that they can board the ship. They put alongside, but the crew don't speak English. But then they react when Seward says the word Nosferatu.
Yeah. They've seen that movie as well.
Yeah, love bites.
Yes.
So Harker and Helsing go down into the cargo and they find the crate and they pry it open, and inside is Dracula and Lucy apparently asleep.
Having a bit of a kip.
Yeah, having a nap.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing wrong with that.
No.
No oxygen, but it doesn't matter.
Well, they're not. Well, they don't breathe, do they? They're vampires.
Vampires don't breathe.
Well, no, because they're dead, aren't they? Although she's technically not dead yet, is she?
But they look like they're breathing. Their stomachs are going up and down.
See, now you're looking at it far too closely. Because, funnily enough, he's an actor. He's not really a vampire.
Wait a minute. This has all been a lie?
Yeah, Sid James wasn't a cowboy either.
Oh, what?
I'm ruining it for you now, but,
I'm ruining everything for me.
And Kenneth
Lucy
Williams wasn't... Oh, never mind.
Lucy awakes, screaming and red-eyed. Van Helsing is about to ram a stake through the heart of Dracula, but he awakes because Lucy screams.
Good.
And he grabs the stake and manages to spear Van Helsing instead. Is Van Helsing dead? Herca tries to shoot Dracula, but bullets do no good.
The thing that popped into my head in this bit was, your bullets cannot harm me, my wings are a shield of steel. Do you remember that?
Batfink.
Batthink, yeah, Batthink.
Now I wish we'd been watching Batfink. Did you like Batfink?
It was amusing.
It was alright, but it was one of those cartoons where you watched it, but you wished it was something else.
You did, yeah. And it was one gag, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was that gag. The one that we just did.
I've never watched Count Dracula. But it turns out Van Helsing isn't dead. He managed to grab a hook and swings it to Dracula, hooking him from behind.
I'm sure he could pretty much pull that out, couldn't he?
Yeah, it doesn't look as bad as he seems to be flailing around.
I mean, this whole last section of this film doesn't really work for me.
No, in fact, like when Van Helsing throws it and it gets Dracula and Dracula starts going, oh, I think Van Helsing looks kind of surprised just before he dies. As if like he's like, that worked?
Yeah, he's kind of like, oh, well, that was a lot easier than I thought it would be.
He's like, oh, you could just take it out.
But he's not used to being hooked from behind, obviously.
Who is? Herca pulls on a winch, sending Dracula high to the top of the sails and into the sunlight.
Yes, and he starts to melt.
And he does. He screams and he's burning and he flails around.
It doesn't look good, does it? The makeup isn't great.
No, it's not. It's yeah. But he dies.
He does.
Lucy lowers her arms. Her eyes are back to normal. But as she watches, Dracula flies away. He didn't actually need a ship after all.
And I think the look on her face, the enigmatic look that she's got, just about saves the moments of this film, I think. Yeah,
because she's clearly, happy that he survived.
And
then
that's the end.
Film ends. Yeah. So, what did you think of John Badham's Dracula?
Well, I'll talk about the bad stuff first. I'm sure your list is longer than mine, but okay, it's a bit hokey. That's not really the film's fault because all it's doing is interpreting a book and a play that was written 100 years before this film was made, and it's not the film's fault that I don't think that some things have become parodied to a point where it becomes amusing. I mean, you're looking at it through the eyes of somebody that has seen so many parodies of it that when you see him floating in through the window in a cloud of smoke, it kind of looks funny, doesn't it?
So you're saying the film is not hokey or bad if you ignore every other Dracula reference that's gone before it?
I'm just saying that you think about the parodies and you see, the Sesame Street have their own version of Dracula, don't they? I mean,
I wish we'd watched that.
This is what I'm saying. It's not the film's fault. All that John Badham was trying to do was interpret a text and do it as faithful as he could. So I'm fine with that. Yes, the final part of the film, it doesn't quite work. It doesn't work for me. But the problem with the book is that the ending is kind of just happens, and it's not very cinematic, the ending of the book anyway. And if you go back and look at the Bela Lugosi movie, it just ends. They stab him, and then he dies, and then that's the end. So at least they tried to do something a little bit more visual and a little bit more. Again, I'll use that word, cinematic.
Right.
It doesn't quite work. But having said all that, you know that I'm a sucker for this kind of stuff. I love my gothic horror, and I'm into the whole. I love all the allegories for addiction that are in vampire stories, and the sexual aspect, and the snapshot of Victoriana that you get. I love all that. And then as a film, it looks amazing, I think. It looks gorgeous to look at. The music's fantastic. The performances are excellent. I really like this film. In fact, it's probably in my top 2 interpretations of Dracula.
Which is the other one?
The first original Christopher Lee Hammer Dracula.
Okay. So you'd say it was a hit?
I would say it's a hit, and I would include it. So go on then.
Well, it has the lovely Jan Francis. It's a hit.
Who'd have thought it'd been that easy?
I don't hate this film.
Okay.
I'm just not very excited by it.
Right. Do you think some of that's though because you're just not engaged with the subject matter?
Possibly. I just found it very humdrum, really. I in fact, if you asked me, did I want to watch Scars of Dracula or this one, I would rather watch Scars because it's more fun.
That's interesting because I was actually going to ask you that.
I think visually and on a production level, Scars is obviously not as good as this one.
Yes.
But for pure entertainment, I prefer Scars because it's fun. This one is just a little... it's so serious about itself.
Yeah, but do you not think a lot of that comes from the fact that they're trying to separate themselves from the Hammer movies that have come before it?
And that's fine, but it just doesn't work for me.
Okay. So it's a no for you, is it then?
Yeah, it's a no from me.
Split decision?
I think so. There are bits that I like about it visually. Performances either range from very good to way over the top. So it kind of swerves around a bit.
Yeah.
There's some nice ideas in it, and I kind of find the northern background actors amusing.
And that's different because you don't see that very often. I don't.
Yeah, but it just I just watched it and I saw it and it washed over me and I was done with it. And that's it for John Badham's Dracula. You recently posted a question on our Facebook page.
I did. I asked in this sort of era of reboots and reimaginings what TV shows or movies would listeners like to see redone. And we had some interesting suggestions. We had Babylon 5.
I could see that.
Yeah, I could see that. I think it deserves another crack where it could be opened up a bit more, I think.
Right.
Than what it was.
Yeah.
And technology's moved on. And
there's a lot of room for the, as you mentioned, the shared universe idea.
Yes.
That is really big today.
Let's see more of the races involved in that universe.
Yeah.
A quirky suggestion that we got was Overboard should be remade.
Is that the Goldie Hawn Kurt Russell film?
It is, yeah.
Where he knocks her over and then pretends that she's his wife.
That's
she
the
loses
one.
her memory.
Yes. And okay. I think the listener suggested that Chris Pratt should play the Kurt Russell role, which I can see. I can see that happening.
Who for the woman?
So it would have been Anna Faris, he suggested, for the Goldie Hawn role.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I'm not even sure that should have been a first-time film. I guess the person who suggested it likes that film?
I guess so, yeah.
I haven't seen it for a long time.
Another suggestion would be that was made is The Outer Limits.
That's an interesting one. We don't really see anthology shows anymore.
You don't, yeah. It's a shame, really, because I love an anthology.
They're nice because you don't have to sit and watch 22 episodes of a season. You can just dip in whenever you feel like it. And, there might be half a dozen you don't like, but then there'll be another 10 that you do like.
I think, in some ways, don't you think that Inside Number 9 do that to a certain extent?
That's an anthology show, I would say.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
I mean, it's a short one because they only do 6 or 8 episodes a season, but yeah.
It's very much in the vein of the old Amicus portmanteau movies.
Oh, totally, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think...
Which I'm sure they're a fan of.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So have you got any suggestions that you would like to maybe see come back?
I do, actually. I would love to see a remake of UFO.
What a surprise.
Why is it? It's just...
I know how much you love that show. That's
it's just a great idea. The whole...
Mm-hmm.
And it's not expensive to make because the concept is that, they're an organisation that's protecting Earth against invasions from UFOs. And the cover story is that they're a film studio. So you can actually film it in the film studio that you're filming it in. It's a...
Yes.
It'll work really well today because you get to explore the sets of a film studio, and special effects, of course, have improved since the original. So it would be. I think that would make a nice new series.
Do you think though that if they stray too far away from the original idea, that it might put you off? And don't you think that a lot of your love for that show comes from the fact that it's very 60s and very... It looks a certain way, and if it didn't, it'd be that Battlestar Galactica thing. The reason why you weren't too keen on the original, on the remake of Battlestar Galactica, was because it was so far removed from the original that you couldn't engage with it anymore.
I'm not sure because I like Jerry Anderson's UFO as it is. That's fine. That's a snapshot. Perfect. Love it. But I think there's storylines that you could transfer into the modern world. The idea of this secret organization that is international, protecting the Earth, is a great idea. So I would be happy with a modernized version of it without the purple hair and the nice costumes.
No, interesting.
Yeah,
well, that's funny because one of my suggestions would have been Space 1999. Now, obviously, you couldn't do 1999 anymore, but you could do Space 2099.
Yeah, you could, and they're both Jerry Anderson shows.
Exactly. Yeah, and I think that's got a lot of scope.
Yeah.
You'd have to come up with some way that because I don't think people would accept the moon traveling the way it did in the original.
Why do you have a problem with that?
Because it's not possible, is it?
But it's blown out of its orbit and it's spinning around, so it's generating its own gravity.
It would kind of destroy the Earth at the same time, wouldn't it?
But it does. Like, it doesn't actually... The Earth doesn't destroy, but as they're leaving, the news reports they get from Earth is that there's total devastation and Earth's got storms and things are happening. And then they lose contact. For all they know, Earth is destroyed.
Oh, all right. I never thought of that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a better show than you thought.
It is.
Scientifically sound.
I'd like to see Highlander redone. I know that there's a lot of talk of doing that.
Yeah, that's one that... Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You always loved that show, didn't you? And the films.
Well, I just think if you did the action sequences now in the same vein as something like John Wick, where you could do a lot more with the action,
right?
Get the actors to actually do it properly, and open up the whole world of the Immortals in the same way that the TV show did.
Right.
I think that could be interesting.
Yeah, I think that's it from me.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, if anyone's got any other suggestions, feel free to keep them coming in.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about them.
And you can do that by sending us an email to retrospection@email.com. You can find us on Twitter @retrospecky and also through our Facebook page. And if you're interested in the music from any of the films and TV shows that we review, you can hear it on our Spotify playlist. So join us in our next episode of Retrospection when we will, funnily enough, be looking at Jerry Anderson's UFO.
Wow. So are we going to do what we're going to do? The movie?
Well, it's not technically a movie. It was actually a number of episodes put together on videotape that was then sent to the USA and Europe to sell the show. And Network, the people who release Blu-rays and DVDs today, have gone back with the original film elements and recreated this in HD. So we're actually going to look at this, which has been called Invasion UFO. So it's a number of episodes put together, which isn't the best way to see a series. I don't think it's a fair assessment, but it's going to be fun in its own right.
Yeah, and it'll give us a little snapshot into it.
Yeah, so that's what we'll be doing. So... thank you for listening, and join us in our next podcast. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye.